Top of the morning to you. Riches for my britches here. My name's Josh, and oh dear. Let's see here. Anyways, good morning. It's Friday. It's 6:07 a.m. and for some reason my screen's not changing. Give me a second here. Let's see what's going on. Do. Okay. I've not only written software for my trading and for my max loss, but also to switch my screens automatically, depending on which screen my mouse is on. Gotta make sure that works. Come on. Takes a little bit for it to get warmed up. I'm not running over here. There we go. There we go. One more thing I gotta set up. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. I'm already up $55.31 this morning. I managed to have a big win on if you can see that. I had some odd things happen this morning. So here's my P&L on the morning. NVOS, I made $272 on it. And then through a fluke on its XHG, somehow my risk got all screwed up. Ended up taking 2,000 shares without realizing it. And a candle dropped about, it was 4,000 shares. I'm sorry, 2,000 shares twice. And a candle that dropped 10 cents. I got caught up in that drop and lost 216. I didn't take the full 10-cent loss, obviously. That would have been a $400 loss, but I managed to get out before too much damage was done. Luckily, I had a $272 win on NVOS. Otherwise, I would not be here live streaming right now because I would have hit my maximum loss on the day. NVOS, it's not on the gap scan because it's a cheaper penny stock, but it is gapping up. And this one, I was red on it at first. It made its move right here, and I caught the backside of the move. Tried a couple of times to get in on that next move up, and it just wasn't going. It wasn't going. And then right here, it formed a nice little pattern. So we had lower high, an attempt at a higher high, but it didn't work. But we had a higher low, so we double bottomed here. Another move back up. This was an equilibrium play, and you had an inside red bar with the next candle breaking over it. I love this pattern right here. When I see it, I try to jump on that with big size, and that's what I did. And then I rode it all the way up. I think I sold it. We had this high right here. That was my target. So we got up to that high, and that's where I sold it up there. So because I got in so big down here at around 78 cents, I made a killing. 20 cents on, I want to say 10,000 shares. I think is what I was in it. Yeah, 11,000 shares at one point because I was adding to it on the way up. Pretty incredible. So big move of the day there. I was really bummed out when I took that loss on XHG back at whenever that was. I don't remember what candle that was when it fell. But anyways, leading gapper today is only up 31% DHAC, and I'm not really interested in it. Today's the last day of May. And by the way, exciting news for me. I think my account, I'm trying to get to $27,000 in phase 1. And I actually had to make an adjustment here. I had this as 293. I need to make 207 because my starting balance was 26,793. So I don't know how I came up with 293. That wouldn't make sense. So far with today's win of $55, I'm pretty dang close to that. There's a little discrepancy. I actually need about $8 today, or $8 more to get to that goal. So if I reach that goal today, then I can move on to phase 2 come Monday next week, which would be pretty awesome. I hadn't expected to get there this soon. GNPX. And I really want to make sure I start the live stream before I start trading, because oftentimes I'll already have taken a couple of trades when I've started this stream. Before I started the stream, I want to get all this recorded, you know? Not just for people who want to see it, but for me, because I like to go back and review my trades, and it really helps me to watch and see what I did. The GNPX. We got some weird looking stocks here today. GNPX. It just doesn't, it's Friday. You never know what you're going to get on Friday. Well, on any day, but Fridays, sometimes people are gone for the weekend. It was already a short weekend anyway, or a short week anyways. So there could still be people out on vacation or whatnot. So if people are gone, you have less volume in the market. And sometimes that happens on Fridays too. I guess depending on what's going on around the world. I didn't know if we'd see any kind of reaction today from the news about Trump being indicted or convicted, I guess. I was hoping we might see something. Some kind of volatility from that. Let's see. CISS is the only one here that actually has volume this morning on the gap scan. Got 1.9 million in the float. Kind of want to squish this up a little. I like that better. And move this over. I don't know how that got rearranged. Okay. Yeah, CISS, not really interested in that. So there's nothing on the gap scan here that I like at all. SMR. So we're on to the high of day scanner, SMMT. Let's just take one more look. I just want to make sure. DHAC. I mean, it's starting to try to make a move. There's no news on it. I mean, the float is ridiculously small. I don't know if that's real. I mean, it is a leading gapper. It's up 57%. I have to give it the benefit of the doubt. Because what I'm looking for is a stock that everybody's watching, everybody's excited about. And maybe if that one starts to go, can get up to the pre-market high. Who knows, right? On the daily time frame, we hit $19 yesterday. We're trading above that. And if I go back, well, this is an unusual stock in that after it IPO'd, it's been actually moving up. So it's kind of rare to see that. So all-time highs was $19 yesterday. Yeah, maybe this one's got some potential. Who knows? What did it look like on the move yesterday? It was super light on volume. You can see made its move later in the day, but there's no volume there. So we'll see if maybe that got some people's attention and maybe we'll have volume today. Woo. Okay. I try not to make it a habit to cough in the microphone. All right, just like I said, one more look. GNPX, ASAN, CISS, BTDR, UMA, and so yeah, so I don't like any of these, but I will keep an eye on that leading gapper. Otherwise, we have SMMT. Uh, 2 million shares traded. I don't know what the float is. It's got a good candle range, though. I wonder if it's got a good spread on it, too. It's been curling up here for the last couple of hours. Woo, big day yesterday. 270 all the way up to 1150. It all happened post-market. Or not post-market, but towards the end of the day there. So it must have had breaking news yesterday, I'm assuming. It was trading down at $3 and 15 minutes later, or I think it got halted here, actually. Hit a high of $11. That could be something there. So I'll put that on my charts. Kind of keep an eye on that. Ooh. Excuse me. DJTWW. That's a mouthful. Not really interested in that one. ASTS. Had a big green day on Wednesday, sold off on Thursday a little bit. Still certainly looking bullish. Might be something there on that one too, I don't know. ASTS. It was a pretty nice mover a couple of days ago. Let's see here. Can't forget these pre-market, pre and post-market levels from yesterday and the day before. And looking back, pretty impressive move yesterday, that's for sure. Anybody who was a buyer up here, if they've been holding, they might have taken some profit there, or if they haven't, they're going to, maybe. Excuse me. That's ASTS. For the moment, I'll just load it up on another chart over here. Okay, back to the 1 minute. CISS was on the gap scan. IRE yen. A lot of these popped up earlier. SOXL now. Let's see here. We got NEO, NVDQ, YINN, JD, BTTR. So, and then we have NVOS. Now this one, I mean, you know, we may see it move higher. It's sitting up at $1. It's already made a pretty good move. So I don't know, maybe if it's going to sell off when the market opens or whatnot. We'll look at the daily here. It's that dollar level up here. We have the 200 moving average up at 126. And our daily level at 133. Quite a few of those levels here. What do you think? Think it'll get up to $2? $3? The devil's horns up here. I don't know. So we can kind of see. Let's go to the smaller time frame and look at that. So look how that daily level played out. Tried to get over it. This is the 5-minute time frame. So post market tried to get over it. Post market again tapped it, sold off, consolidated underneath pre-market. Pre-market, we came back up. Right in here is where I started trading it. I didn't even have this daily level on here. I wasn't even watching that. But we broke over it and then nice back test and off we go. So definitely be watching this one. Those are my 4 picks for today. And man, how the time has flown by. 5 minutes left until we're at the open. Do 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 do. What did this line end up looking like? Shite. Look at that. We came up to it. Over it. Back down through it. Back test. Down we go. This one's really ASTS, pretty light on volume. Gonna need to see more volume on that. Let me see. So NVOS, the one with the most action today. We're right at that line. I don't know. I mean, if we have a 5-minute candle that looks like this, or I'm sorry, a 15-minute candle that looks like this when we get to the open, I don't know. Could be a sign that we're at the top, but yeah, we got 3 minutes to go yet. A lot can change. So that's it. There really isn't a whole lot today. Man, the candle ranges on this one are huge. $2 on that little inside bar, or that little pullback there. So I'm gonna have to go maximum candle range, I guess. I don't know if I can do $2. Yeah, that's be buying 2 shares. Crazy, huh? Although I could go with the smaller, but I usually start with the 5-minute. 40 cent, 34 cents. I'll go with a 40-cent candle range on that one. And so that would end up meaning that to honor my risk, I would have to buy 8 shares. Oh, wow. And this one, I mean, it's got pretty small candle ranges, but it can move pretty good. I'm just going to start out with 10 cents on that one. And so that means I'll be buying 30 shares at a time. I changed my... Let's see. Yeah, I changed that. Okay. So when I hit the buy button, I'm only buying a quarter of a position. I have to hit the buy button 4 times to be in a full position, which is a $10 risk. So essentially I'm risking $2.50 per ticket. Well, $3. I made it an even 3, so technically I'm risking $12 per trade. Oh boy. I got the yawns today, y'all. All right, well, we'll see what happens here. We got less than a minute till the bell. And we're open. I'm jumping on this one right away. There she goes. Just go ahead and take the profit right away too. I just want to take that profit while I got it. That one didn't work out for me. Yeah. What do we got here? So if I pull back to 47.27, that is my stop loss on the day. Uh-oh. Well, I guess that must have happened. That's it. I'm done. What? How'd that happen? I didn't think I was in a losing position yet. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. But I am down. I am only up $41 now. So that's gosh. That happened quick. I'm a little shocked by that, but Oh yeah, because my max loss was only $10 away and not 20. That's right. When I hit my daily goal, it becomes 10 instead of 20. I had kind of forgotten that. I thought I had a little more wiggle room. This is kind of a new thing that I started doing, so that's why. Yeah. Okay. That's 2 days in a row where I was up in the 50s and gave back and hit my max loss. So let me see here. I was trading ASTS. Gosh, I just barely got started. Yeah, this one, my stop was a little too tight. I jumped in this as it was breaking out. I saw volume. I saw volume come in. It was up about 200,000 shares. It was green. This candle was green. I thought it was going to make an explosion and take off and go. But it didn't, and then it stopped me out. And then I tried it one more time, and that was probably not a good idea. NVOS, we already know about that one, but I want to look at it anyways. I was trying. Yeah, look at that. So I tried it a couple times in here, and this is about where I got stopped out. Probably a good thing because of the drop that it took there. I might have had a bigger loss if I hadn't gotten my platform shut down. I wonder what SMMT looks like. I was in that one. This thing just does not want to load. Oh yeah, look at that. So I took one trade on this one. I had this line marked out here. I jumped in it right here, but it was red going down, and I thought I didn't like that, so I got back out of it, and lo and behold, it held up. Made a nice move up to this resistance. That was my target that I had in mind when I got into this, was to sell up there. So, that was a nice 75-cent move that I missed out on. Here we are bouncing off of that line again. That is a bummer, y'all. Jeez. Should have just held on. But sometimes when they break down like that, they'll just keep going. And I didn't want to take a huge loss. The other one, XHG, that's the one I took a loss on pre-market. That's it. So one trade, one loss here. And a couple losses on the other two stocks. And that was it for me. I had the right idea in mind here. I want to go back and look at NVOS again. I think with NVOS, it was more just FOMO, kind of. I don't know. Not technically it wasn't. I mean, we had this ascending line here, but you had this consolidation, extended consolidation, and I was buying it thinking maybe it would break out again, as oftentimes they do, but just wasn't in the works. I didn't want to miss the trade if it was going to break out over this triple top up here. You see how that line came into play. We tried here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get over it. This was actually more of a back test here after we failed. I want to look at ASTS one more time. And it is actually taking off. ASTS was super light on volume. It was on the gap scan. I believe that's where I got this one from. It was really light on volume, and I knew I didn't want to trade it until I saw volume come into it. But when I saw that volume on that first candle, it's like, yeah, that looks pretty good. I think this thing might just go. And my mistake was my stop loss was too tight. I got into it, and at one point I was up $5 on it, and I should have just sold it right there, but then it pulled back. stopped me out. I jumped back in it, and then it stopped me out a second time. And then I think I jumped in it again over here. And I think this drop is what triggered my max loss. And then they shut my platform down. S is on here. That's S. I don't think I've ever traded S. Neo, I definitely have traded that. What's up with Neo? Why is it moving? What's up with you, Neo? Hourly time frame. Just a technical move. It'll break out on the daily. I was curious yesterday. Whatever happened to Chewy? I was wondering if it was gonna... Oh, it's still sideways. Tried to break over this high yesterday, it looks like, first thing. Could not do it. Now it's selling off a little bit today. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go up here and... So I'm finishing the day at 41.44. That's not 41.44. Learn to type 41.44. My low of day was in pre-market. My low of day was right around -15. I was pretty dang close to my stop loss. My high of day was 55, something like that. Ow, it's up with all my candles with upper wicks. It's okay, as long as I'm making new highs, I'm good with that. Up $192, so I am one daily goal away from finishing phase 1. And if I do it on Monday, I will have done it in 17 days, not 40. Some of that was a fluke, though. I mean, these are actually some pretty nice days here compared to these other ones, so... All right. Okay, just like that. Have a good weekend. Not that anybody's watching this live, but if you see this in a year from now or whatever, and it just happens to be Friday, have a great weekend. And we'll talk to you here. See you back here on Monday morning. If you're watching Monday morning someday. Bye.